This is when it starts. Officially. But I want to say... I want to make sure that... I hope none of you are wearing pants. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. I'm your host, Brian. We are here to celebrate. I'm really good at bringing the energy to celebration, as you can tell. I'm thrilled, excited. It's been good. I'm trying to hype myself up, I promise. Now, for those who are showing up early, you get a treat. You get a treat where I am not sure I want to do this. And I'm thinking, well, should I wait? So I've been doing that for the past 2 or 3 hours. But since Cliff's here, I know exactly what I'm going to do. Because it gives me an excuse to do something else tomorrow. Cliff knows what I'm talking about. Cliff Smith has been one of the longtime supporters of the channel. And thankfully, I can see him in person. We get to go have whiskey together. It's great. Pop KillCo's here. Hello, Dad. I hope you're well. I don't know if you're able to drink whiskey right now. Probably not. You've had a day. I'm surprised you're awake. Gotta do order. 5 fingers. High five. Hello. Thank you. Welcome. Cliff Smith. Yay. Hello. Welcome. Pop KillCo. Hello. Welcome. Pinch hitter whiskey lounge. Hello. Welcome. Yes, this is the official 650 because it's been staying this way for a little while. Independent Joe. Yes, as always. I am just full of something. Bentel, hello. Epic. Thank you. Hello. I see you. I see you. What was I going to do? Oh, yes. So there is a sample raffle giveaway tonight. Because there has to be. There's a celebration going on. Look at all the celebrating going on. Independent Joe, thank you. I'm still waiting for all the subscribers to disappear. I don't want that to happen. But it's one of those things where I just think it's going to happen. Either that or I'm going to hit 1,000 very quickly and not know what to do. That would be the weird one. That's what I don't really want. I'd like to hit 1,000 subscribers. Of course I would. But I don't want it to just happen because that would feel like a lot of stress. Tom McCone, thank you. Don't congratulate me. It's all because of you. All of you who are here, who are watching, are what make me keep doing this. And somehow help me maintain some degree of sanity. Just a little bit. Very little bit. So, the giveaway. The thing I don't want to do, but I'm going to do. The thing that's making me go, oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. It's for the sample giveaway. Alright, raffle sample giveaway. Do the thing. Wrong one. Don't look at that. That one. Don't you dare pause that. So, I need to pour whiskey in my glass. We're here. I'm going to tell you what the first one is. And you're going to... Well, if you know, you're going to freak out a little. I'm going to freak out a little. I don't feel safe opening this. So this is Loch Lomond. Loch Lomond. If you know, you know. This is a single cask. This is 10 years. Here's the funny part. Here's the part that's making me be very hesitant. Let's see if I can do this without blinding you with the lights. There's a barfly on it. What the hell? 54.9%. Wait a minute. What's that one say? Aquavitae. One of 250 bottles. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did Roy pick this bottle? Did that Aquavita guy pick this? Oh, he did. It's even on the label. It's not opened yet. That's strange. This feels so weird. Celebratory. I'm celebrating. I still don't feel like I should open it. I'm going to do 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 it. I have to do it. I've already put it as part of the raffle. So if you're interested, there's 4 samples. This is the one I haven't had since the Bastard's Ball. That was when I first got to meet Roy. There was a bottle of it. It's gone. It was gone before the end of the night, I'm pretty sure. So I had this great memory of, a silly memory kind of going to the La Quinta at the Bastard's Ball, having this along with Roy. I was going to sip it out of a paper cup, because that's all I could find. And then we grabbed one of the little glass cups that were given out, I don't even, shot glass kind of thing. I still have mine somewhere. I should have it out of that. That would be hilarious. Now I'm going off on a rant. Wait. The rant needs to end. I might know where it is. 1,000 bottles. Yeah, well. This is my shame, as you all know. Well, some of you know. My shame is over there, where that's what I should have opened already, and I haven't. Part of why I'm opening this. I'm still being hesitant, if you haven't noticed. I'm still finding excuses not to do it. But this is a good one. I have to put you on hold, which I hate doing. But, I see Zen Boot. I didn't see Zen Boot. I saw something about... Oh, there you are. Zen Boot. Hello. Let us party down and get funky. Zen Boot, I hope you have something you like to drink or eat. You have a dry month right now, I believe. So something. There's always a substitute. Mine tends to be ice cream. That's a problem. What I'm going to do... Why do I have to think of this stuff when I have to do other stuff? Why do I have to think of this stuff during the stream? I don't have the music on either. I can't accidentally play music that should not be played. Because copyright. Oh my gosh. Someday I'm going to learn how to use Spotify correctly. Not today. Got it? Yeah. Oh. Horn out of nowhere. Perfect. It's a chill night, but it's a party night. We gotta have some music in the background. I am so good at partying, you can tell. S-M-O-N. The single mom being distant? What? Give it to me. I have that too, but I can't give that away for samples, because they're already sample-sized. Independent Joe, thank you for modding. You're awesome, man. I don't ask you to do that, but I'm glad you do, because I can't remember to do that. Yes, please, if you want to help me out for Patreon, $5 a month for the lowest tier, and then you can just go up from there if you want. And the tier that you are purchasing is also a rank on a Starship Enterprise, except that this is just the Starship KillCo Whiskey Musings. I don't have a good name for it, but anyway, you join the crew, join the inner circle, if you will. And I do a lot of lenses on there. Some people know. Probably too many lenses. But that is something to look forward to. I am going to get the glass before I forget about it. If I can't find it within like 60 seconds, I'll just forget about it. But if I can, that'll make this a little funny. It's like I didn't leave. So this is what I had it in, originally. And I'm looking forward to trying it again. And this makes this so much funnier. And so much more memorable, because this is the same tiny-ass weird glass that I got to try it in the first time when I was standing right next to Roy himself. I still don't want to open it. I don't know what this is a weird feeling. I don't usually get this feeling. I will get this feeling for other bottles, so I have to get used to opening them. There you go. It was also an expensive bottle, and not because of the price of the bottle. That wasn't that bad. The shipping. Overseas shipping right now. That hurt. But I said, screw it. I'm opening it. I did it anyway. It's a little deer. A deer, reindeer. Is it a possum? It's not a possum. It's not going to focus. Why? It's also on the cap. I do have a thing, Independent Joe. I forget what it was, but it's silly. I think it's on Twitter or somewhere. Maybe it is on Patreon. I don't remember. But it's mostly just to explore new whiskeys, strange new places, Strange new bottles. Okay, here we go. Celebratory. Yay. Celebratory. That was nice. Now I'm just going to pour a little in this as a memorandum. Memorandum? That sounds grim. As a memory placement for the first time I got to try this. Right next to Roy. In Texas, of all places. In La Quinta, of all places. So weird. Top Dog, thank you. Hello. Wait a minute. Do I have you to thank for something? Because I won something recently, but I don't know who it was from exactly. I looked early and I forgot. Because I'm bad like that. But here we go. You can tell. No color added, I don't believe. I need to get a manicure. And again, the first time I got to try this was standing next to the man himself, who got me a bottle, this one, but I'm not going to open this one because this is just Valentine's in a Moxie bottle. So this is also involved in that memory. So it's good to have it behind me. I played pretty much every single Borderlands game, and that came from overseas as well, but thankfully it was a different way. That was you. It got here. Very fast. Oh. Slapshot's Roadhouse. Hello. Welcome, Mr. Slapshot. Their fancy new logo. You really tell. This is a malt. Of course it is. Single cast first. Which kind? Single malt Scotch whiskey. Okay, yeah. So the grain is pretty heavy on this one. Oh, there's also fruits. Green apple. Of course, I shouldn't really be analyzing it out of here, but I'm gonna have a sip. Sippy. Oh man, it's good. It's more fruit than anything. It made me think about. I get weird notes off of stuff, and I think of. Words. I haven't had a drop yet. It's making me think of fruits, but they're going through like that fast through my head. Part of me wants to say pear. I already said green apple. So it's more of an apple citrus kind of thing. A little tart. The thing that Roy pointed out was the it leaves a little fizzy feeling. Effervescence on the tongue. Oh. It's really good. And I'm not just promoting it because it's on the sampler list, which is right there. This is a whiskey tube sampler because I thought about those who have supported this channel and those who have encouraged me to do this. Roy in particular has been very encouraging to keeping me going and at least helping me out every once in a while with my mental issues, even though he doesn't have to. Not in a big way, just like a someone to listen kind of way. And I appreciate that tremendously. So cheers to him, cheers to you, cheers to this sample raffle. Make sure you at me. I gotta make sure my phone is clear. Clear, in case anyone does decide to raffle. I do have to get it. Whoa, hello. Woo! Yes. Got a little post there. So the deal is, with this sampler pack, those who have helped and encouraged me throughout this crazy adventure of doing whiskey tube stuff, as you can see here, we got Loch Lomond, single barrel pick, the man himself, Roy Aquavite, who is thankfully taking a little time off to himself because that must work like crazy. I don't even know. 3-quart butterscotch sundae. This is one of my favorite Irene Tan picks, as in I have finished off at least 2 to 3 bottles. I believe 2, and this is the 3rd, and I have another. Actually, I might have 2 more. I'm not really sure. So let's just say I like it. I've never done that with a bottle, except now. And this is, of course, she's a fellow Somm. She is encouraging. She has an awesome store. She does amazing picks. That's why I talk about them all the time. The only way that you're going to find out what I mean is if you actually go there. And if you go there, let me know. I don't live far away, and I always have to meet up with people there and have some of her whiskey, which is very nice for me because there's so much of it. You know when you get into the room, but till then, you're clueless. Then we have the Lone Elm Single Barrel Pick by the Whiskey Crusaders. This thing is fun. I'm looking forward to this one again, too. And I couldn't really decide on the last one, so I just grabbed the one with the higher proof. I have two of these, I believe. Two different ones. I have Rebel and another one, but this is a Rebel cask strength single barrel. Saved by the Bourbon. This is it's Bourbon Night pick because they too have been kind and generous with their time and their, what's the word? What's the good word I'm looking for? Encouragement, support, patience, because dealing with me is not always easy. But there's this as well. This is the fourth one. So it's mostly a bourbon lineup except for the Scotch. And 3 chord, it is a bourbon. Blended bourbon whiskey. Yeah. But it's a different variety of support and encouragement. And just damn good whiskey. That's the main thing. And it's something you can only get here. That's what I'm going for when I do these, as much as I personally can, is bottles that are either hard to find, hard to get, or ones that you cannot get again. It's like the Bourbon Night, Aqua Vitae, Irene Tan, Whiskey Crusaders. These are all people who have put out amazing stuff, and thankfully I am able to try, and I would like others to try it as well without having to buy a bottle, because you can't get most of them anymore. See what I mean? That makes sense? I hope so. It's really good. Whenever I get a Scotch like this, it just kind of takes you away for just a moment. For me, this is almost a tropical island kind of thing. I'm thinking pina coladas. I wonder if it does have some coconut in there. If you like pina... Anyway, point is, I don't drink enough Scotch, clearly. But whenever I go back to something like this, it's always pleasant. I'm going to put a little bit of this into the Glencairn that I have over here. I did feel it was appropriate to use this first, since this is when I got to try it first. Oh, that is good. Alright. I'm going to try to rinse this out as I go along. Now, all I'm doing, and all I like doing right now, unless I start doing non-giveaway streams, I've been trying to do giveaways on Friday. That gives me the weekend to try to put it together, and then try to get it out Monday. Maybe. But again, the main theme is stuff you can't really get, or stuff that has been, sent onto the market by other channels that I was fortunate enough to get a bottle or two from. It's Bourbon Night has been pissing me off. That's why they're on my mind right now, because in a good way, they have so many picks coming out I can't keep up, and I've recently bought 2, and I shouldn't. I don't have the money for this, and I have enough bottles. I know that. You don't need to bring it up. God damn it. Where is it? Where did I put it? If you're a patron of mine, you saw me whip it out. Oh yeah, oh god, it's in the fray. Oh, I grabbed it. Whew. This is the one that showed up today. This is a Yellowstone. Man, that glare is really cool, isn't it? Focus on what is in front of you. I hate it. I hate you. Why, camera? Why must you be this way? Anyway, Yellowstone handpicked. Well, thank you. Nice little waterfall. And as you can see, it's 57.5. Don't look at me! 57.5%. My arm's getting tired. And it is called Limestone Cowboy. There's Chad on a horse. It's a Glencairn. And there's Sarah with a Glencairn about to get run over by the look of it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Why do you hate me so much? This is heavy. I give up. But there's that as well. So I have a bunch of them. And as you can tell, I've been far behind for a while. But what's going to be funny, funny, in a way, is that there's also going to be a dry week soon. So just as I'm starting to get back into doing streams on a regular basis of some sort, emphasis on of some sort, but so far it's just been Fridays, if I can. I don't think I did one last Friday. I was not in a great state of mind, unfortunately. But I did go do something. Oh god, hello. What just happened? I know. What? Okay. Hello. 65. where did this go? I still haven't fixed this. It's supposed to be a dock that shows me what just happened. But now I can't see it anymore. That's annoying, and I forgot about it. Well, that's super. Nope. Thank you for that. Startled me. Just taking a moment for my phone to decide that it happened. But I will put, there it is. Delay. Alright, Mr. Zenbood. I think it was Zenbood. I always assume it is when I see one of those big ones come across. Madman. You and some other guy I know. Is that all for tickets? I assume? I don't see a note. This is good jamming music. Zenbu, tell me. I'm going to assume it is. That's a whole bunch of entries. I have to think about it. Ugh, I have a spreadsheet open still. Damn it. I was having so much fun earlier with spreadsheets. I realized the Kentucky bourbons I got not long ago have not been added. So I had to do that. Super exciting. And I haven't got the raffle screen set up yet properly, so that's fun as well. Hold on. Oh, I did. Or I just remembered, which is even better. Well, there's the raffle. No one's in it yet, so I'm going to add Zenboot. How many times am I going to add him? Not sure. Math. Brain. No work. 12 entries. 12 entries for Independent Joe. Hey, I like that. That man could use some more whiskey. He doesn't have enough. None of us do. That's the thing. I say I have too many bottles of whiskey, which I do. Obviously. Look behind me. It's insane. But also, I would like to have more. Samples in particular. But I still have probably 50 samples almost to go through still. Scattered around. So not only I have too many bottles I have to open, I have too many samples I have to drink. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. I gotta try. Gotta catch them all feeling. Alright, Independent Joe's got 12. Whether he likes it or not. Like that. That's what you get for doing your job well. Not that it's a job, but you know what I mean. Modding. Because I don't ask anyone to do that. And I always appreciate it when someone does. Because I'm not great at telling people what the hell is happening. 4, 8, 12. There we go. Don't have to type it out every single time, Brian. I know. Shut up. There we go. Let me cut that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, I did math properly. How nice is that? Thank you, Zenbood. I don't know why I didn't see a note, but I figured it was something random like that. Alright, let's go back to this. Ooh, I got maltier in this glass. That's a surprise. Zenbood stacking the deck for Independent Joe. I like that. Again, it's been happening a lot on here, and I can't believe it. I love it. I like the dialogue there. Zenbood's like, have you tried any of these, Independent Joe? No. Boom, 12 for Joe. Oh, yeah. Damn. This is why I didn't want to open it. I knew it was good. And I know I'm probably going to have more of that later tonight. It happens. There are these few moments where I open a bottle and then I drink it very quickly at the beginning. You know, so it's, you know, it's here right now. It'll probably go a little further down from the sample. And then suddenly it's right, like there. Like past the top of the label. And then I have to hide it from myself for a little while. Joe, I hope you like Scotch. I know you'll like this. This is hard not to like. Ready to get your job at this pick. Whew. which didn't cost so much for the shipping. Again, that was me being irresponsible with the credit card, is what that was. Because I have no self-control sometimes. I try to be on it, but a lot of the times I'm not. Really, I shouldn't be allowed to have credit cards. Honest to goodness. Yeah, Top Dog. The next video I hopefully will get out at some point had that problem. I opened it, and then I think I poured it at least once more that day. So I poured it twice, and then one more time. But I can't tell you what it is yet, because the video is not out yet. What was that? I heard noises. Nope. The weirdest thing that's been happening to me lately, with my phone at least, and I haven't turned it off. I could have. But I've done some TikTok BS, which I really should be doing more YouTube short stuff, because that's YouTube's panic button for that. He goes, oh god, we got to do that too. Ugh. How about creators do that? Do it, Zenbu. You don't have to, but good on you for doing that, because that's rough. Especially on a Friday night. But I'll be joining you soon, as I was saying earlier. I don't know if I finished my sentence, but the Whiskey Tribe Dry Week begins next Friday, so a week from today at noon. Yep, on the 28th of October, I will be taking a dry week, which is going to suck because it's going right over Halloween. I'm not happy about that. But oh well. It's not like I'm going to do anything on Halloween. Halloween's on a Monday today. So this month. So dry week will be from the 28th to the 4th with me. I will do something. Probably... What will I do? I'll probably do gaming streams on and off. I've been doing some of those lately anyway, but I'll have to remove the word with whiskey or and whiskey. Because I will not be drinking whiskey at all. But those are very chill. If you've never seen one of my gaming streams, it's just me panicking for about 2 hours. Which, you know, people love that. I love to see it. Made me think of kiwi. I'm not even sure what kiwi tastes like. The Brewbaker Maker, hello! You're welcome. Good evening. Oh, and there's the effervescence, the freaking tingly feeling on the tongue. Like I just had soda. It's wild. As soon as Roy told it to me, I was like, holy shit, you're right. It's almost like you just had champagne. Except not champagne. Zenbird, look out. Look what you've done. I'm sorry, I get lost every time I sip this. I'm not hyping this up. This is fucking delicious. Cannot state that enough. And I knew that before I opened it, as I said. Juicy fruit, yeah, absolutely. So I was getting those crazy fruit notes that were... I'll tell you what was happening in my mind, and what makes it very hard for me to do this in general sometimes, is I took a sniff, and I had numerous fruits go through my mind. So you would see, if, like I said, green apple first, and then it morphed into another fruit, and then another fruit, and then another fruit, and then another fruit. I'm trying to keep up as to what just happened, but all I see is this blob of fruit stuff changing shape in my mind. I'm visualizing it, of course, and it was hard to keep track, other than I think I got green apple. I think I said to touch a coconut. And there was something else, but a pear. I thought of a pear as well. So it was quite the roller coaster for me to try to figure stuff out sometimes. Especially when it's goddamn good like this. Good grief. Ugh. I could just sit here for another 2 hours just sipping this, but I won't. Because we have 3 more to go through. Oh, that's a shame. And as I said, that's the thing. You should be able to... Did I do that? I don't remember. Yes, the links to donate via either Mega Chats or Venmo or PayPal. I knew that was the other one. Are there for you if you need them. The rabbit pops up if you use the Mega Chat, and there's a slight cut. I'm trying to get myself used to the idea of if Super Chats were a thing anyway, because then YouTube would come in and take a fair bit more, I think. One of the wild things about doing a whiskey tube thing, especially, I can only imagine what hitting 1,000 is like, because I haven't gotten there yet, but that weird monetization thing, I want to get there, but I really don't want I don't want those super chats to be what they are, where YouTube's like, yes, we're taking this much from you, enjoy. But again, I'm getting used to that with the rabbit who pops up every once in a while. On to the next one. I'm trying to keep this at 30 minutes a dram. Doing okay so far. It's 32. I'm slow to start, as usual. And I will be going till 9. I know other channels are going live, but it's my celebration time. I'm going to do what I want. And it gives people enough time to get into the entry for the early night, beginning into evening is in my head. So that's 7 to 9 is that time frame for me. And Joe, thank you. Yeah, the truth of the matter is I need to try to make some money back. Make some money. I want to give samples away. That's the top priority because, again, look behind me. What the hell? And, more importantly, those trips I went on and those bottles I bought. Among other things. There's a lot going on in my life that I don't talk about directly. I do talk about my mental health stuff on TikTok, which is funny. Because people seem to like that, which is weird. And I'm going to try to do more YouTube shorts as well. This, again, Harry Tan Butterscotch Sundae. Or Whiskey Mentors, I should say. That's the official thing. Blended bourbon. Perfectly tuned taste. 57.3. And to prove that it is a Whiskey Mentor's pick, that's right there, QSO1. And there's the info 420. Oh, it even shows the, is that the mash bill? Yeah, 73% corn, 20% rye, 7% malted barley. Glad to see that. I don't know why I never noticed it, but yeah, I just know it's good, so it's really all I need to know, for the most part. There are little things other than that I'd like to be aware of. But with that one, this is a favorite of mine again, so I'm trying to share as much of it as I can, because again, I'm trying to make sure people know that Whiskey Mentors are doing incredible stuff up here in the New England area. And if you'd like to try it, well, now's your chance. So with that, cheers again. Whoa. I don't know if I rinsed the glass. I probably didn't. Whew. Wow. That. Yeah, she nailed it. It's making me think of the, this happens pretty much every time I drink it. There is a butter crunch ice cream out there. I don't know if you've had it. That's what this is. So yes, definitely, for the label it says butterscotch sundae. But to me it's a butter crunch ice cream. And of course you put caramel on top of that, boom, that's where you're at. I want ice cream. That's what this is happening right now, I want ice cream. And I have some in the fridge. That's for later. Others celebrating. Later. It's so sweet. I'd forgotten how sweet it was. But again, mostly corn, so that does explain it. It's making me think of, what are they called? Werthers? Those hard caramel candy things. Queen's Selection, Irene's first pick from that label. She does try to give them perfectly descriptive names, which I like. Although I do like the concept of picking the most weirdest random names possible. Like, what is it? Scotch Malt Whiskey Society does? Those are hilarious. I've never had a bottle of that, probably never will, and I'm okay with that, but some of the names are hilarious. Just that alone makes me want to buy it if they have that kind of tongue-in-cheek thing about them. But I'm not about to be a member, ever. I don't have money for that. This color, if you didn't see it. It even has a, well, maybe it's just my shirt, but it's that orange-yellow gleam that almost makes it look like caramel syrup. Spock's earwax, yes. Again, fucking delightful. Really sweet. Again, now I noticed the corn in it because I bothered to look at the mash bill and I didn't even think about it. I didn't think, wow, this is really sweet. I wonder why. I thought, wow, this is really sweet. Give me more. That was my reaction. It does get a little dry on the finish. Just a bit. But not in an unpleasant way. More of a clue that this is the last of it. It's really sweet and then it gets dry. Only a little bit. A little bit. God damn. Ah. Again, I really look forward to trying to give people these. Because, not trying to, but helping to get people to try these things. My channel, weirdly enough, I've been trying to lean into what this channel is for me. Not necessarily for the viewer. I mean, you guys are the ones who make this channel exist at all. Other than me, having complete control. But it's just me. There's nothing else. I'm the one who controls it. And nothing else, really. So I have to make the videos, I have to record the videos, I have to edit the videos. That's a lot. Especially for someone like me who's such a mess all the time. And I've been a mess lately, because there's a lot of real-life bullshit going on. And it's been unpleasant to deal with. And drinking more alcohol because of that would not help. So I've been leaning into staying active. And the important part about that is it's thanks to Patreon and people in the whiskey community who are supporting me and entering these raffles at all that help me be able to do that. Because I absolutely know that physical fitness and activity are important to my well-being. And I have to be, what's the word? Accountable. I have to be accountable to someone else as far as exercising goes. And so far I've been very lucky to find a way to do it. And it's been working out so far, literally working out. I've gone there 50 times, at least. Probably 54 or 53 now. And I've never done that before. I'm trying to... What I told my instructor, my trainer, whatever you want to call it, was I'd like to see what I look like at my best. Because I don't know what that looks like. I've never seen it. So we're working on getting to that. On top of my energy just being atrocious. I am hitting the gym. It's exhausting. The funny thing for tonight is I was going to have a class this morning, but it got canceled. So suddenly it's like, I don't have to do anything. Top Shelf Dustin, cheers. Thank you. Welcome to this. Thank you for popping in. I know the newest feeling I've experienced from trying to do better for myself physically is we were doing so many crunches that the next day and the day after, whenever I sneezed, my abs hurt. Like my abs hurt already after doing the exercise. But when I sneezed, it made it worse for half a second. It was pretty funny. Technically, and this arm is still sore right here. I was pushing the limits, as it were. Thankfully, I didn't hurt myself. But it's stuff like that everyone who watches this channel and supports this channel helps me do, because as I've said before, the support I get here goes directly into me trying to make this a better channel, and also me trying to do better for myself, which is the hard part. Doing better for the channel is the hard part as well, or is a hard part, because it requires a certain degree of focus, And sometimes I just don't have that. Most of the time I don't have that. I'll never forget the first time I passed out lifting. I do not want to do that. Part of why I have a trainer involved and in small groups. So if anything happens to me, there's going to be a bunch of people around to help immediately. Delicious. But that is one of the major recent life events that everyone here in the Whiskey Tube community has helped me do, whether they know it or not. Being a subscriber, popping in, talking on chat, being engaged with each other above all else. Because I am here to try to entertain you and, handle the raffle part. But it's really the community that makes it so much fun to do and keeps me wanting to do more, even when I'm exhausted constantly. Yeah, that sounds about right. Top shelf. I couldn't. I did see a video recently of something like that happening to someone. It looked like it could have killed them, is what I saw. As they went up, there was no one else around. Not a great idea. Lifting a heavy barbell thing, went up and just went, and it fell right over their head. Luckily, it did not crush their skull. That would be bad. Terrifying. I know in my case, I was exercising down the hallway. There's a gym in the apartment complex I live in, but I never use it anymore. But I think I, tore my skin, or not tore, but stretched it. It went like that right here. So ever since I did that to myself, I've been a little more careful. Hey, how you doing? I'm fine. I'm just not standing up again. Siren Tan pick's so good. Don't completely say good. I never think lifting anything heavy is safe because I could just drop it on my foot. I can get distracted very easily. Delightful. I was looking forward to this celebratory stream just because I knew what I was going to pour. It's one of my new favorite things to do and what I've tried to encourage myself to do for these streams and for these giveaways is just pick something I would like to drink myself and would also like people to share, and sometimes have a theme. This is one of the few times I have an actual solid theme, and tonight it is just whiskey community people who have helped me out along the way. Aquavite, Roy, Irene Tan, Whiskey Mentors, Lone Elm, Whiskey Crusaders, and it's Bourbon Night with their Rebel Cask Strength. Saved by the bourbon. Eesh. Well, that's good. See, I don't know anything about gyms. I just know I don't like being in them because there's loud noises and people really like to drop the heavy weights. Which, as someone who has auditory problems, if it's too noisy somewhere, and that doesn't take much, I get all twitchy. So, don't like that. I don't even like it in the small gym I go to. It doesn't happen often, but usually it's more like exhaustion. Like, oh God. I've done it a couple times, and I get annoyed with myself when I do. It's like, put it down cautiously. But yeah, I do understand exhaustion dropping, but not like that kind of dropping. Like from up here, on purpose. I almost went along the wrong path there. That would have sucked. And for those who are just joining, if any of you are just joining, thumbs, subscribes, that'll actually show up. I keep forgetting that'll happen, but if anyone hasn't subscribed, there's an option. And if you do, you get a funny thing that happens involving possibly Stitch. So if that's not enough reason to join, then well. Go and do it. Another thing that's been, I don't know when this became like a fitness channel, but suddenly it is. I know one of the funny things for me, at least, has been learning how not quite as on point as I think I am for things. My latest thing is I can't just sit up. Like lying straight down on the ground and you just do this to sit up with no help, like not your arms or anything. It's much more difficult than I realized. And I was doing a bunch of that early in the week, and my abs are just starting to feel like normal, which is nice. But never gonna get that six-pack unless I try doing it that way. Ha 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 ha. Never gonna have a six-pack, just to be clear. I don't want one. That would feel weird. But we'll see where it keeps going. I just want to see what I look like at my best. Cool Runnings, hello. Welcome. 652 and rising. Yep, slow and steady is my motto. As I was saying earlier, I don't know how I'd react if I suddenly had 1,000 subscribers. I wouldn't really know what to do. And I think YouTube would look at me funny as well. It's like, hold on, how many subscribers did you get in one night? Or in 1 week? Fucking hell. So I'm just doing what I can. I have people say I'm just trying to do my best. And for me, it's like, I am not able to do my best. That sounds exhausting. I am doing what I can. That's all I'm doing. I'm doing what I can. Trudging forward. Freaking sit-ups. Sit-ups hurt. But again, if you're just doing thumbs, subscribes, such. And these are the samples for the evening. These are all special hand-picked by myself. And it has the percentages at the end, and of course, the name of the bottle at the beginning, and in the middle shows who was responsible for me having this bottle at all. And there you go. I want to talk about the video I did recently, but I haven't edited it in its entirety, and it's a lot. A lot of editing. It's the only reason I didn't do it until now. I've been meaning to do it for over a year, but everything kind of clicked suddenly. What? I should drink some more whiskey? Well, if you insist. Wow. Still drinks hot if you're not careful. Woo! I'm weak. And since we're talking about the gym I go to, funny enough, this water bottle is from there. Really, I purchased it there. Called Element. And the good thing about getting that bottle, and the reason I bought it, is because it seals with there's no sippy vent, no nothing. And that's been really helpful for when I am traveling, when I am going places with my backpack. Tossing out my backpack, I know it's not going to open up and spill everywhere. The weirdest part when I was traveling with it, though, was the fact that I was in an airplane, and air pressure changes. So, yeah, you open a water bottle and you get it by accident. It's a little wild. Palate cleanser, cracker. Sorry if I keep grabbing my phone. Just in case, it's mostly just in case someone decides to donate to the raffle, but it doesn't say anything. It's happened. Spiced apple sparkling, oh my gosh, why? Gimme. Alright. On to another big boy. Long Elm. Do it. There we go. This is Lone Elm, Texas straight wheat whiskey. I did a video on this not long ago. 114.2 proof. 50.1. 57? Sure, it sounds right. I got this from Whiskey Crusaders. Actually, hold on. This is from Jason Busey, actually. Given to my hands directly by Whiskey Crusaders. So I appreciate that. I haven't seen him in a hot minute, but I know he's a busy guy. Oh, that looks delish. Now, the thing with Texas whiskey is the color is quite obvious when you see it. It's a little darker than you're used to. This is that nice mahogany color I like. I look at this and I go, fuck, that's a whiskey right there. That's a bourbon. Although this is not technically a bourbon, it's a wheat whiskey, but you get my drift. Whoa. Whew. Oh my gosh. This has such a char slash dark chocolate note to it. It makes me think of a campfire. Except it's been out for a while. But it's still got the smoke coming off of it. What else is there? There is a fruit note, but it's that sounds pretty good actually. A dark chocolate covered cherry. I want one of those now. Where can I get those? Ooh, those are coming up again, aren't they? I need to find a solid, not solid, but I forget what they're called, but they're like these dark chocolate candies, or milk chocolate usually, with a cherry and some kind of liqueur, I think, or something like that. Freaking delicious. Always come out around the holidays. I have to keep my eyes out for those. First quarter tailgate, cheers. Schwelcome, schwelcome. We have yet another raffle here. Please do thumbs. Everyone likes thumbs for some reason. What's funny is I'm getting wheat bread. I'm fairly certain I said that in the video too. There's like a dense wheat bread note as well. There's sweetness though, like more molasses than brown sugar. Some kind of taffy, like a caramel taffy. Thumbs were a big deal in Evolution. I mean, you can do so much. I was told I have something. If you see, I can put my hand pretty wide. I don't know if that's really a thing, but I did see a astroprologist, bone doctor, and he, on his little chart, he mentioned something about me having some kind of weird flexibility. Oh, wow. That's a whole other beast compared to the other two I just went through. Woof. That's another thing I want to point out from my raffles, is getting something different for each one. But I could do a similar one. Like if you look behind me right there, there's a whole bunch of Maker's Mark. I could do a Maker's Mark flight very easily. But instead, I do a wild and crazy whiskey tuber support group. That's right, I have a support group. It's like therapy somehow. And then the Rebel Cast Strength is next, which is going to be the highest proof one, so I'm going to be very cautious with that. Oh man, wow. This one I get being near a... God, this is getting more and more complicated. Okay, so... You're at a red brick chimney fireplace, and you are making popcorn on one of those cast iron. This is really old timey, by the way. A cast iron thing where you put the popcorn kernels into it, and there's got a lid, and it closes up, and you're putting it over the fire, and you're just shaking it around, get the kernels to pop. And a few of them got a little too dark, like they got a little singed. That was the nose I just got. And someone's got some mulled wine nearby with the oranges in it. And the cloves. Oh, man. The holidays are coming up, people. I don't want to think about them, but they are. Me thinking about popcorn made me think there's salt on this. Like a sweet, salty, savory thing going on. So Cracker Box, Cracker Barrel? Was that Cracker? No, Cracker Barrel's a place. Cracker Jacks, that's what they are. Cracker Jacks candies. Not candies, but you know. Candy-coated popcorn, which... What a great and horrible idea that was. We're gonna take popcorn and cover it with sugar and then give it to people to eat. Okay? We're gonna add nuts too, just to make it interesting. Oh, and on a side note, a lot of channels do celebratory stuff with other channels, and I barely decided I was going to do this yesterday. So, and of course, I also still don't know how to bring in guests via OBS instead of StreamYard. Something I should do, but I haven't thought about learning how to do that yet, because it seems overly complicated. I think I can figure it out. It just seems overly complicated. I was working on that yesterday, thinking about it, but so far I haven't bothered to use OBS with people who can join the stream, because that is an option at some point. I know a lot of people like doing hangouts on people's channels, and I almost like the idea, except for when there are more than 2 to 3 other people or boxes of people on the screen. I get all twitchy, which is, you know, just what I do. It's what I do best. I get uncomfortable for no reason, really. But tonight, it's about getting uncomfortable and drinking all the whiskey and getting annihilated. No. Scratch that last part. I got stuff to do tomorrow that involves drinking whiskey. Ha ha ha! What a surprise. I'm going to be happy to have a dry week, because it's been a while since I've actually just stopped and not had a drink in the evening. I've been drinking while wanting to, at the very least, not have alcohol in my system when I go to bed. So I'm either drinking very slowly, so it has plenty of time to filter through without getting me drunk, or not drunk, but tipsy. I actively avoid getting drunk at all costs these days. So getting a little tipsy, don't want to do that, because that means there's too much of it in my system. But I try to go to bed without much, if any, in my system, because I have noticed a dramatic increase in my sleep quality, if anything else. And I have noticed that if I had any alcohol in my system when I went to bed, I don't sleep as well. Like, I can literally look at the graph and see the first bit of the night I'm not sleeping in a productive way. It's like I'm not getting enough REM sleep initially. It's weird. It's wild. Technology is wild, man. I can track my sleep, which is a good thing, because I should. Mine's a mess. Exactly, Independent Joe. And I think a lot of people have become blissfully unaware of that fact, especially when they drink at night, is that it's going to be in your system while you're asleep, and it's going to take a longer time to get out of your system because you're asleep. And my sleep's a mess anyway. I think I went to bed at 3 a.m. last night. Didn't want to, just couldn't get my brain to stop going off on random topics and thinking too much about things that have no relevance. Oh, I will say, I know it was in here earlier, but I didn't actually show it, but I got this today. How well packed that is. My packing method is a little different. And here's an answer key, so I got to go through these at some point. I haven't opened it yet. I still have to ask what do I do? Should I open it? I'm not sure. No one told me. Should my phone do something? No. That's not that important. That right there, folks, was me and my mental health problems talking to each other. Because I have to remind myself to do things like change my razor for shaving. I try to use it for a week and switch it out, but I will forget. So I have a notification to tell me to do that every week. I should have shaved tonight, but I didn't. So you're going to just have to deal with this rugged beauty. What time is it? All right. Actually, I'm ahead of the game for once. But the raffle is officially going to stop at 8:45. 8:50 if someone comes in right at the end. I've heard about that, Independent Joe. But to that I say, that is genetics, and has very little to what you drink at the end of the day. Drinking whiskey near, as a bedtime thing, I could appreciate. But I figure one pour well before you go to bed is the key. So if, like with what I'm doing right now, I'm drinking more whiskey than I do in the evening. At all, ever. Because I don't usually have 4 of them in 2 hours. Just so we're clear. But the idea is that I will finish drinking at 9. I might have another one afterwards to bring it up to 10 or 11. But that's when I should stop. I don't always do that. Because I can't sleep sometimes. So I'll end up drinking, sometimes, my real cutoff is 2 a.m. I do not want any more alcohol in my system after that. But I can easily drink a small portion of whiskey, say 2 ounces. That's a solid pour, from 9 till midnight. That can last that long if I let it, because I just drink really slowly and enjoy it, and it doesn't get into my system as quickly or stay there as long, and it really helps my sleep. And again, this is all something the whiskey community has helped me come around to figure out. It's not just the drinking whiskey and making videos things. It's also been helping me better take care of myself, which is saying something, because I tell people, and I don't tell people, but the main support of all this has been incredible, just for me trying to do, I was going to say the best I can, which I don't like saying, doing what I can. That's the important part. And oftentimes I feel that's a failing, because I'm not doing enough. I do want to get more videos out, but I also know when I'm not feeling great. And lately, with a lot of things that have been going on in my life, I haven't been feeling great. Time of year also. Seasonal changes are big, like wrenches, we'll say, for me. On top of a lot of bad things happening. But a lot of good things are happening too, so that's the important part. Just got back from all that travel, so there's going to be a dip in how I'm feeling for a while. Because I was doing so much, and I stopped. And I came back, and then it's like, I don't have to do anything for a while, for the rest of the year. Oh. That's tasty. Now, I don't want to say anything, but Independent Joe, I think you got this in the bag right now. Which is good. I don't think I've sent you anything yet. There's a lot of channels I've wanted to send stuff to, but I also know, as someone who gets a lot of samples, you want to make sure that you ask first. Or at least know that they're going to send them a blind flight. Because you get a lot of samples really quick. People are absurdly generous with their whiskey, which is, a good thing, but to the point where it's so much. That's why I have to start doing, I'm torn, because I want to make more videos, but by making more videos, I'm going to have to cut down on the style of them, which is me just being absurd a lot of the time. But I have to cut them down quite a bit, so it's faster. Editing. The editing is the part that takes too long. So what I have to do is try to get it to the point where I'm recording in a way that I can edit it cleanly and quickly and make it snappy. So you can watch it, and it'll happen fast enough for you to be keeping up. And that's the hard part, folks. Figuring out how to do that, because I don't know. I'm pretty simplistic when it comes to my videos. I don't even like calling them reviews. I just like to think of them as recording an experience. And with all these whiskeys, I'm getting far behind into what I want to get out. So with that said, what has come up is this crazy idea of opening a bottle every day for the month of December. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. But it would help, because then I'd have more bottles open, and I can do more raffles of more stuff. Good enough. I mean, you're doing better than I am right now, Independent Joe. Make it, post it. That's what I did initially. I would just record it, and that would be it. It would be just recorded, no editing. And then I got into editing, and then I like to make it a certain way, and then I like to try and make myself funny, even though I'm not that funny, I promise. I also have to say, this Lone Elm, besides being fucking delicious, it's a Texas whiskey, and not everyone out there has been notified that Texas whiskey is becoming a thing very quickly. Very quickly. Like, it's insane. In just the amount of time that I've been interested in whiskey, which is about 5 or 6 years-ish, it's expanded dramatically. Like, the amount of distillers who are out there, the amount of whiskey they're making now, how they're dialing it in for themselves. Like, they're starting to figure out what they like about their own whiskey. Bonkers. But in a good way. And thankfully I've been involved in some of that, as far as, just going there and getting to try some amazing whiskeys, which that's the best thing to do, I think. I would like to go hit some distilleries up around here, but there aren't really that many. There's a few, but not enough. Not enough are invested in it. And some of the ones that are don't even do tours or anything, or even have tasting rooms for one of them. They stopped doing that in 2020 for obvious reasons. Hot damn. I gotta drink the last of this so I can move on to the last one. I still have plenty of time for it. I don't want to overdo it, especially since this last one's 60%. That's gonna be a kick in the groin. I can already feel the whiskey getting into my bloodstream and into my brain. So that's exciting. Now, the fun part is about this, for me, is while the growth of this channel is slow, and again, I'm okay with that, I can look back at, a year ago-ish, and I had 500 subscribers, and I have 150 more. It's bonkers. Like, the fact that they've even gotten this far, it's just, what? Will you wear? I'm looking forward to get to 700 just because 7. And then I'll be looking forward to getting to 750. And then when I get to 750, I'll be looking forward to getting to 777, because that'll be incredible. And then 800, and then 850, and then 900, and then 950, and then 1,000, and then... I'd like to think at 1,000 I don't have to think about the numbers as much, because getting to the 1,000 is the hard part. Getting to 1,000, getting the watch hours. Those are the tricky ones. Keeping people engaged. We're working on it. As I said, I know there are a lot of other channels out there who are a lot better off financially and situationally than I am. Because for me, not only is it just me making the channel myself and handling it all myself, that includes the merch, that includes the social media stuff of every sort, which is exhausting, by the way, if you didn't know. You ever see a pop-up of one of my streams going live somewhere on any social media? I had to physically go through and post those everywhere, and it is tiring. But it's fun. I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. Especially when I get to share whiskey with people. That's the fun part for me. The terrifying part for me is actually trying to get people to whiskey, because that is a slippery area. There you go, Independent Joe. That's one way to look at it. That's not the way I want to look at it, because that is unreal. Unreal. But it does happen, so there's nothing saying it can't happen to me. But at the moment, not too worried about it. I'll be happy to get to 1K, only because then I'll be monetized, and only then can I actually feel like I will be a whiskey tuber or a influencer. Isn't that a weird thing to think about? By doing this, I'm technically an influencer, so I can accidentally influence you to buy a bottle because I say it's good. I'm definitely influential in trying to get people to go to Irene Tan's store and try her whiskey. So I will say I'm an influencer in that regard, absolutely. But as far as anything other than that, no, it's just what I say I like, And hopefully someone else will like it as well. That would be nice. Oh. If you haven't tasted Texas whiskey yet, this Lone Elm pick, you're not ready. Oh, there's that coffee note too. I forgot about that one. Oh, that's so good. Mike Franklin, good evening. This right there is another longtime supporter of my channel. The quiet and ever-present Mike Franklin. Cheers to you, sir. Thank you for popping in when you could. On to our last whiskey of the evening and the last whiskey in this lineup for samples. Bop. And again, make sure you at me if you do enter, and also hit the thumb. Also, most of you are subscribed already. I'm fairly certain of that. But in case you aren't, if you do subscribe, something should happen if I still have this whole thing set up properly. So there's that. It doesn't happen very often because, weirdly enough, you don't see a lot of subscribers happening while you're streaming. You think you would. You think someone would pop in and say, oh, like this guy's streaming. Oh, look, he's doing a giveaway. Oh, look, I'll subscribe and see what he's doing again later. No, it happens very rarely. It happened twice. Not last week, but the week before. Twice, during the stream. And it startled me. Because I'm not used to it happening while I'm streaming. I still have to figure out what happened to the activity feed. Because it's, for whatever reason, it's connected to the wrong thing. No, I don't know why it showed me this. Okay. Whatever. On to our last drink. Again, this is a Rebel. Cask strength. Straight bourbon whiskey, single barrel. 60%. It's bourbon night pick. It's very hard to read these numbers here at the bottom. Saved by the Bourbon. Play on Saved by the Bell. If you weren't aware. Some people don't know what that is. I almost know what that is. That was a show on TV when I was younger. Just a touch. But this will be the final one. And again, It's Bourbon Night has been kind enough to tolerate me being around them. And also just get to hang out. You know, it's been nice to talk to them a little bit, hang out with them, both in person and online. That's another big thing, is a lot of people... Well, hold on. Almost all of them. I don't think I've had whiskey mentors on, but it's because they all have real lives and other shit to do. But Irene Tan has been on the channel, Aquavite Roy has been on the channel, and It's Bourbon Night, Chad and Sarah have been on the channel. So that's a plus as well. Again, the reason I picked these is all people who have supported me. And Whiskey Crusaders, while they haven't actually been on my channel, they have been vital to a lot of stuff that's been going on in Texas as far as Whiskey 2 meetups and events go when things are happening. Lurking, not subscribed. Why not hit the damn subscription button and hit the bell and blah? Rip Screech. Yeah. Is he actually dead? I have no idea. I'd like to think not. Oof. Oof. That was one of the first times I got a nutty note. But I also had a dark fruit, like a plum. See, now I'm wondering, Zenbood. That could have happened. It feels like it did. Oof. This is a hefty beast. It's got some honey to it. Ooh. Yeah, honey sweet note on the nose. That did happen. Yeah, I thought that was recent. Which is terrible, but... Rip Screech indeed. Cheers to that. Woof. Yeah, Rebel's got a kick to it. And this is another one that makes me think of Knob Creek kind of stuff, because it is sweet, but it's not what I think of when I think of bourbon. And as I said earlier, the reason I do these kind of sample picks is because, or sample packs, is because of the difference between them all. So it will be blatantly different, blatantly obvious to whoever gets to try these that they are all different. And hopefully you'll be able to figure out which is which. If not, hey, it's fine. To prompt anyone who has entered, and so far I know who that is. I do to save on labeling, because that's how much of a stingy person I have to be when doing all this. I label them A, B, C, D, and then I send you an email that has the answer key. So you're not going to know what they are originally. But if you just like to know what they are, I can just send you the answer key. And it's a matter of if you want to open them, try them out blind, and then check the key, or just check the key so you know what they are. That's the option. Saves on this weird ass tape stuff I have to use. It's label making tape. And of course, because I did do the actual label making, the full name and the percentage. I'm not gonna do that anymore. Too long to do it. My brain was just like, I'm dying, stop it. This is taking too long, and it's too long, and I hate it. There's an odd citrus chocolate note. Not quite where those fake orange chocolate balls are. You get to the holidays. Again, a lot of holiday stuff going on here for some reason. A little prickly. A little bit dry. Only a little. Doesn't drink like the percentage. Like, I know it's 60%, but it doesn't quite drink like that. It's got a little bit of punch, but not to the point where I think it was actually 60%. Great whiskey and bourbon reviews and talk. I don't know about that. That's a long list of things I should be able to do, but probably can't. At the best, I hope this is mildly entertaining, and that you'll stick around, because the difference with my channel is it's improving my own life rather than just being... You get to see most of it. Like, you get to, for the channel at least, you get to see me trying to just get on through, like, every day. I'm just pushing through, taking my medication, trying to drink enough water, trying to stay physically active. You may not see that all on here all the time, but a lot of that goes into making the content on here. If you're a patron, you get to hear me bitch all the time. Swell. Sugar Kitty, hello, meow. Hope you're feeling all right. Zenwood likes to hang. I do like to hang as well. It's about as social as I get these days, so. I didn't have a cracker, I forgot. These are pretty good, I might add. Not sponsored, by the way, but got them off Amazon, of course I did. Plant-based snacks, because they're freaking crackers, duh. However, I find I have opinions with food sometimes, crackers in particular sometimes. There's a very specific stoned wheat thing that you can get in Vermont that I think is perfect. I will eat those by the handful. And I can't remember what they're actually called. I feel like they have a red label on them. Nice. You can go do stuff, Sugar Key. I like that. Red Oval Farms. There was an actual red mark on it. Red Oval Farms stone wheat thins are incredible. The tiny ones. I will eat those freaking all day. You have no idea. These are close. These are close second. These are actually pretty good. But they're not what I'd call flavorless. There's actually a fair amount of grain in them. I mean, you can see. Oh, look at that. I love this kind of shit. This is why I get everything bagels all the time. I'm that guy. Just mishmash it all together and let me figure it out. And again, if you're just joining, there is a raffle going on. As you can see, this is going up above here. These are the samples. They are all loosely based on other Whiskey Tube folk, or just folk in general in the whiskey community who have helped keep me afloat in numerous ways. Either by talking to me, joining my channel, helping me get more whiskey out there to other people. It's been fun. It's been amazing to actually get through all this. I like to go and philosophize sometimes about the timing in my life with all of this. Oh, no more crackers for you. That's the other part of my, to loop it back to the fitness thing again, and I don't want to talk about it, but it's kind of what I invested a lot of energy in lately, is my physical well-being because of the fatty liver thing right here. That's where your liver is, by the way. I know because they scanned it a few times by now, but if I want to keep drinking whiskey, I have to be in better shape. That's the trade-off. I have to not have as much weight on me as I do. And I do want to keep doing this, so I have to pay the piper to stay more physically active. I'm not going to be doing any, unnecessary heavy lifting, but as I said earlier, what I want to do with this physical fitness is I'd like to see what I look like at my best, because I've never seen it, and I don't know. And there's always something in the back of my mind saying I'm never going to get there, and with the support of other people, hopefully I will see what that looks like someday. I don't think I'm there yet, though, but we'll keep going. Keep on trucking. One day at a time. God damn, it's good. It's gotten a little better as it's been oxidizing. It's pretty intense to start with. I think, you saw me take a sip of it, and whew, it's punchy, but not to the point where I would think it's 60%, maybe 50-something. Crank the radio, Sugar Kitty, do it. Now and again, thumbs, bell, subs, subscribes. Help me get to 700. Only you can help me get to 700 subscribers. You have the power within you. And you might get to try some epic whiskey. Speaking of, I've been talking about Patreon a little, and some of you are not patrons of mine. $5. Cost of one caramel latte at Starbucks. Probably costs more than that, actually. Anyway, I do a raffle quarterly. I think it's 3 times a year. I always find quarterly a weird thing. But this coming week, next week, so a week from today, I will be beginning Dry Week. After that Dry Week, if you're a patron of mine, at any level, so we're talking the $5 mark to there's a $200 mark, but there's already one crazy person in that level. I know who they are, and thank you again. But from that, anywhere in between, the higher the contribution, the higher the Patreon level you are, the more entries you get. But I believe it only goes up to 3 max. So it's the first few levels are 1. There's a few levels in the middle for 2, and then the main big ones at the end are 3. So with that, after every Dry Week, I do a raffle specifically for patrons of whatever whiskey I want, honestly. Sometimes they get some input because it is a Patreon thing. It's like, hey, is there anything you want to try now that you've won? That is an option. But only patrons that get that one, and that's 3 times a year. Or at least 3 times a year. Because again, quarterly. And it happens after every Dry Week. So not only is it's a nice marker for me. It's like, have a Dry Week, do a raffle. Boom. Easy. Patron raffle. And that is also posted on my channel. It is not viewable unless you're a patron, because why would you want to see that if you're not going to win? But patrons have seen that. It is a thing. Another thing I ask if you are already subscribed is to hit the bell. Not because I need you to be paying attention to me every day of every second, but because I don't stream in any sort of regularity except for I'm trying to do Fridays at 7 for an hour or two. 2 hours if I'm doing a giveaway, because I want to give everyone a chance to be able to try these whiskeys that I have, because I have a lot. Again, it's a little bonkers. It's absurd. Oh, and if you join Patreon right now, you'll find out some news later. Should I remember to say it? I'm pretty sure I forgot, but there's life-changing-ish news if all goes as planned. If not, it's gonna suck. But if things go as I hope they will, it should help my mental well-being tremendously. And it is something I thought was just gone and said and done a while ago, like 2 years ago. 2 years ago. So stay tuned, patrons, for that information. It's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. I'm kind of looking forward to it, but also not. And I know I'm being vague, but that's why, because then someone will be a patron. They'll be so curious. They must know. Yes, join the inner circle, as I like to think. Be part of the club. Join us. And if you do join Patreon, if I have everything set up properly, which I don't. Oh wait, do I? Yeah, I do. Hold that thought. But there's a new Patreon thing that can pop up if I get one. And I'm 5 away from 20. So maybe, big maybe, if maybe, I will get 20 by the end of the year. But I also wanted to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, except, halfway through it, not even. May, after I finish the Whiskey Psalm stuff, my energy levels dropped like crazy. Because it was a big accomplishment, and so I just deflated quite a bit. Zenbood, you'll find out. It's going to be on the lens. You watch the lenses fairly regularly. One of the weirder things is that it tells me that people have watched the lenses, which is both good and creepy. It doesn't tell me who unless I look, which I don't. But it does say what tier level it was. So it'll say the person who's paying this much money checked. And that's pretty easy to figure out with some of you. So, I don't know. One thing I've thought about doing, but it won't help in the long run, is recording a review or a tasting video live. So I'll be streaming it live while I'm doing it, while I'm recording it, so I can edit it later. But I don't know how interesting it'll be, and I don't think I have enough subscribers for it to be a thing that people would be generally interested in. Instead, I just like doing gaming streams. I've been playing video games since the beginning. Clips, there should be a link down below. Sometimes it doesn't show up properly. I swear I fixed it, but it is simply patreon.com/KillCo Whiskey Musings. Or you can check out my link tree. I have a lot of stuff there. Ha! Well, I shouldn't have needed that. But yes, I'm trying to push Patreon a little more. I do have merch. I'm not wearing it right now. This is just a Minecraft pumpkin because it's October. But there is a link down below for merchandise. So far there's only 2 shirts, but I will be really thinking hard about making some holiday merch, except the idea I have at the moment is just, this is my holiday shirt, give me whiskey. And then it's going to have, little icons like a pumpkin and a tree and what else? Some turkey feathers maybe. Those are the big ones, other than freaking, what the hell is it, Easter. Maybe an egg. Painted egg. Because then you can wear it any time, any holiday, and you'll get whiskey while you have it on. Sugar Kitty, thank you. Yes, there is merch. But again, I haven't... I have 1 t-shirt that I bought. I haven't bought the other one yet. That's the only, What do I call that? I have to buy my own merch, which feels weird. Discounted, but still feels weird. Oh, Patreon's not gonna find me. Like, who? 15 subscribers, 15 patrons? Screw that guy. It's bitey. Bitey, but good. Alright. You officially have 14 minutes to get into the raffle. Right now, I'm pretty sure I know who's going to win. Pretty sure. And I'll be happy if he does. Because all that has to happen for a raffle, and this is the secret, this is what you need to know. You need to come in on a Friday night where nothing's happening. Not like tonight, because I'm celebrating. And I opened a celebratory bottle. Very important. That was the big part for me. The rest is just me drinking whiskey and talking about it for 2 hours. But, random thing popping up. What's it saying? Nope, it's gone. The important thing for me is... Oh yeah, I have to get at least 4 entries. That's the minimum amount of people who have to enter, or dollar amount has to enter, for me to break even with getting these samples to people. Because shipping, aka hand delivery, has gotten pretty crazy recently. Yes, Cliff, they do. That's why you have to promote it real hard on your channel and on Twitter and everywhere. I'll probably start... Well, no, I do have it as my outro, and I'm the type of channel person who doesn't want to have to tell you every time. Like, I'll do it doing streams a lot because it's live, I'm streaming. Of course, I want to broadcast that while I'm thinking about it, which is mostly just subscribe, like, bell because of how random I am, not because I want people to... I need that, like, oh, you click the bell or else. It's just because my streams are so random sometimes. So I'll let you know. And, what was the last thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, Patreon. I don't promote Patreon very well, and I don't promote the merch very well because I feel there's not enough of it. But you should know, if you're curious, if you want to have a KillCo Whiskey Musings shirt that says "Give me the whiskey," or the other one, which I forget what it is. I don't even have a copy of that. Eat, Sleep, Whiskey, Repeat, I believe. Something like that. Oh geez, someone did thing. Evil Williams. Is that 666? I know it is. Hold on. Let's see if there's a note with that one. What? I'm getting real popular on TikTok and it's disturbing. What? PayPal's being weird today. Because I just got an entry. And it's not showing me what they said. E. Williams, what did you say? What you say? Da 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 da. What you say? E. Williams, if you're still around, tell me what the hell it said. We can't have a slam dunk. All right, E. Williams, I agree. I do feel bad if no one else enters. Just, I mean, I'm happy to give give it away now, but it does make it more fun for me to be like, who's gonna win? No one knows. I don't even know what's gonna happen. Excuse me. Thank you for that. Good old 666. 'Tis the season. And of course your name is Evil Williams, so why the hell not? And to refresh everyone's memory, we have this Loch Lomond 10-year single barrel pick by Roy / Aquavite, who also has a whiskey channel. We have 3-chord Butterscotch Sunday by Whiskey Mentors, aka Irene Tan, who is running a kick-ass whiskey store / liquor store in Connecticut, which thankfully I am fairly close to. I'll be going there tomorrow, by the way. Haha. Low Elm, single barrel, straight wheat whiskey, not bourbon, straight wheat whiskey. Texas Whiskey Crusaders donated, or Whiskey Crusaders and Jason Busey, I believe. Hold on. It says right there, and I can't see it. Yes, Jason Busey was the one who donated the bottle, and Whiskey Crusaders were the one who actually got it into my hands, thankfully, because it was their pick. Then we have Rebel, Cast Strength, Saved by the Bourbon, and It's Bourbon I pick. That is Chad and Sarah. Glorious stuff. What just happened? I didn't tell it to go. Oh! Mr. Smith! Thank you, Mr. Smith. Cliff Smith, thank you for that. Now it could be anybody. Now it could be anybody. Thank you, Cliff. This will be, if you win, it'll be the easiest transaction I have to do because I can give it to you tomorrow. Cliff is also someone who is fortunate enough to live close to Irene Tan's store. Well, there you go. Now it's 3. It's a 3-way. It's a threesome. We may never know what's going to happen. It's officially a threesome. I'm not going to say any more than that. Anyhow, Saved by the Bourbon is still pretty cool. That was a very big sip. Got a brownie note, like the burnt corner brownie part. It's so much sweeter than you'd think, but it's also not that sweet. It's a weird one. As far as it being sweet, but also having these heavier, denser notes. I'm trying to think of a good equation there. Other than, you know, brownies, because fucking brownies are so good. Yes, E. Williams, it is. I don't know why YouTube was like, what? They put a bad word in there. Like, YouTube, I just said those words out loud. Alright, we got... This is what happens usually. Right down the line. Right down to this last 2 minutes, people are like, oh, gotta get an entry in now. It's my last chance. Yes, it is. So at 8:45 p.m., I will be doing the raffle, the Rickrolled raffle. You'll see it live. For these, again, right here. And we'll get those samples out, hopefully on Monday, if not sooner, depending on whoever wins. So there's that. Cannot wait. We'll have to wait, which is the worst part. Oh, another thing that patrons get to do, I'm thinking about it, trying to promote it a lot, because I would like to get to 20 before the end of the year, but yeah, I don't promote it enough, I know that. You get to help me decide on what bottles to pick sometimes, because I'm indecisive as hell. Daughter Pass Whiskey, hello. Welcome to this 650 subscriber celebration. Again, I'm not exactly the celebratory or energetic person, but I have to take the positive moments when I can and broadcast them because I will need them later. Like the little in my mind, it's like, you hit 650, man. That's all I give myself sometimes is like, no words, just a thumbs up. I blame YouTube's algorithm for that. I think I'm doing good. If I got a thumb up, it's cool. Thanks for just thumb things, heart things. Just click the buttons. That's all we ever do. Downer Pass Whiskey, if you want to know what the sample pack is right now, it's right here. It is a Scotch Loch Lomond that Roy from Aquavite picked. The Butterscotch Sunday 3-chord that I got from Irene Tan / Whiskey Mentors. The Lone Elm Wheat Whiskey from Whiskey Crusaders and donated by Jason Busey. And then Saved by the Bourbon by It's Bourbon Night, Chad and Sarah. Those are the options. And all of these you probably cannot get yourself. You almost definitely can't get yourself. The easiest one you could get is the 3-quart. And that says a lot. It's like the fact that you would have to go to a very specific store in Connecticut to buy a 3-quart bottle. The rest of them, you're not going to get. Unless you know someone who has it already. St. Bernard's? The most evil in YouTube is full of them. Well, Sugar Kitty, I can understand that rage. You are a cat. With this, however, I'm offering to the void out there, to all of you, to viewers, to the subscribers, these options which you cannot get. And I feel that is a big part of... I don't want to say the Whiskey Tube community, because that's not true, but as people who enjoy whiskey, you are always looking for that next little, like, what is it that I want to try? What is it for new? Brewbaker Maker's in for 4. Uh-oh. Now it's a 4-way. Things are getting crazy. And again, thank you all for supporting me. I appreciate this. I am keenly aware that a lot of you enter every week. And I know you do not have to, because you guys have plenty of whiskey on your own. I'm sure. Hold on. There's 2 for Cliff. The rest of you crazy guys. And then I believe, Brewbaker, you do Venmo, right? That's what I'm saying here. Yes, you do. 20. All right. 4. Booyah. Brewbaker's in for 4. I love it. This is making it interesting. I'm just going to type in Brewbaker, because that's much easier than typing the Brewbaker Maker every single time. I know who I mean, and all of you know who I mean. Brewbaker's in it. He just got some of those samples already. He's gotten addicted to it. He knows. Did those get there? I think you said they did. They did, right? You texted me earlier saying they were there, and I emailed you the key, I think. I know I did, but having other people tell me I did is the really important part, because part of me is like, I'm not sure. Maybe? It's been a day. A day of me just not functioning. I'm hoping to go to bed early tonight. That's my excitement. That's my 42-year-old middle-aged man feeling of the moment. It's Friday night. I've had a bunch of drinks. I could go to bed at 10, and I'd be okay with that. I've been very busy. The drawback of exercising and being physically active is when you have a very minimal amount of energy to begin with, it takes from that already. We'll talk briefly. Since we're coming up on the last minute, I'm going to talk briefly about mental health stuff. Because again, all of you who support me, help me keep doing this. Because if it weren't for the support I'm getting and the constant other people wanting to be involved as well, like the more subscribers I get, the more I want to do more for the channel. It's just not always easy for me, unfortunately. I wish it was. I wish I could just do what everyone else seems to do without issue. But I can't. And it sucks. I have told people officially, like, my days consist of doing 1 or 2 things. Maybe 3. And that's about all I can handle. Like, people go to work 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, plus, very likely more these days. And my life consists of trying to get up early enough to go to spin class at 10 o'clock in the morning, which goes till 11. And then I get back home and I just try to exist as a human being after that for the rest of the day. And that includes, a shower, a shave. I don't clean up enough, I can tell you that right now. I really do need to get on that. The big ones I'm really not good at: eating food. Meals. Having enough sustenance and calories every day. Not good at that. I will actually have to look into getting assistance for cleaning up my apartment and trying to maintain some kind of healthy diet. Because I'm not eating unhealthy. Again, I'm trying to stay physically active, so I want to eat decent food. But I definitely don't eat like I should, and I know that. So we'll see. I'm trying to do what I can, and I wish it was a lot more, and that I could do what other people do, but it's just not there. It's like I can't run this thing on empty. It doesn't work that way. I mean, it still happens. That's the other drawback of being me, is there is no sleeping pattern. There is, you will sometimes just need to lie down and sleep. And you have very little say in that. It's been happening a lot recently due to the seasonal shifts. Oh, I should close out the raffle. Sorry. Raffle's done. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who entered. Boop. And where's the other one? There it is. Closed. No more. Anything else that's donated will just be considered a donation. Or support. Donations are tax deductible, so that's not what it is. With that, gonna double check everything, make sure everything is legit. I didn't miss anyone. Brubaker, I see you as the last one who entered. I see Cliff in for 2. That was the last one I saw for PayPal. We're good, we're good, we're good. Oh, Whiskey Tribe did a whole bunch of other clips. Mother flick. I'll deal with that later. The joys of being a patron of Whiskey Tribe is they post a lot of lenses as well. So, let us officially, I am at 1:45 as far as my stream time is consistent of. With that, I will be going to the raffle screen. And here we are, folks. If you haven't been here before, which I have a feeling most of you have, as you see here, this is a random.org list of everyone who entered in the order they entered. Alright, so notice that. Independent Joe, Evil Williams, Cliff Smith, Brubaker, boom. Those are the ones who have entered this evening. Now, I will be randomizing this 7 times. 7 times and 7 times only. No more, no less. And then I will randomly pick a number with my cell phone. This is about as random as I can get it. And then we will see who the winner is. And right now, there's a heavy leaning towards one specific person, but again, once this randomized thing happens, it's out of control. Here we go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. I don't know why I delayed. 7. There it is. We have 19 in the list. That means it's anywhere between 1 and 19. Who could win? We don't know. That's the point. Let me try and... There we go. I need to be able to see chat with the flick. Oh, there it is. There's chat. Alright, here we go. Ready? I'm not. Hey Google. Pick a random number between 1 and 19. Wow. Alright. As you can see, the number is 1, which is totally unexpected as far as what number I thought it would be. And it looks like Cliff Smith is the winner. That's shocking. That was what was seriously stacked right there. The flick. Independent Joe, you get in touch with me. We need to have a talk about things. You've been very generous with your time and modding, so I think you deserve a treat for helping me out in that regard. Since you didn't win, I was assuming you were going to, but it's like, no, 1. 1 out of 19 sporadically. So Cliff, I'm going to have to pour your stuff tonight, and I was already going to bring stuff for tomorrow. Let me switch back to the other screen there. Bleep, there we go. What happens, Cliff, again, has been a long-time supporter of the channel. Very generous man. Donated numerous bottles to the point where I don't know how many it is anymore. So him winning stuff is always awesome for me. Swapping? You don't need to swap. But again, I will. You have given me a lot of samples too, which I have not opened. I think some of these are yours, like Colila 15-year unpeated, and Compass Box, Great King Street, Glasgow Blend, Single Cask, Ex-Sherried, Marrying Cask. I think that's yours. You have nice labels. That's why I think it's yours. Kilcagan Single Malt Whiskey, 10-year anniversary release, 50%, 4 years old. There's a bunch of them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have a 3-quart left, but you let me know. I don't want to give you stuff you already have. And I think you said you've tried this one, Loch Lomond. Someone said they tried it before. But again, this is delicioso. But Joe, Independent Joe, if you email me, KillCo77@hotmail.com, we can talk. Alright? That's all I'll say. The raffle's been done. It was as random as I thought it could be. But moderators should get a nod from me every once in a while. And you post a lot of stuff on here whenever you're here, and I appreciate that. Hey, Williams, I didn't win. Thank you, though. Independent Joe, you will be able to try something. Well, again, we'll talk. You talk to me, we'll talk. We'll do a thing. I'll say no more than that. Here's the fun part of tonight, everyone. I have to objectively and honestly pick which one of these I really liked tonight. Granted, this could change. Always does. But I know which one it is, so I want you to guess. Well, we got a few minutes left. This is only going to stay up for a very brief amount of time, so answer as fast as you can, and I need to type as fast as I can. Which one did he like best? Well, no samples for you then, Independent Joe. I'm not a fighter. I'm a hunter-gatherer at best. I will happily sip along with you, and you can be blinded if you'd like, but I'm a pacifist. I'd rather not. That sounds exhausting. Loch Lomond. Lomond. I gotta add other options. Three-quart. I don't know why I look. I know what they are. Lone Elm and Rebel. So here you go. You have about 2 to 3 minutes at most to answer this question or this poll. So Joe, no battles. None of that. I know that's a very popular thing for me, for other channels. All I want to do is sit and chill and have some whiskey with people. So if you want to do a blind, I can send you a blind flight and I will happily be there in digital, can't even say in person, to see what you think about it. But battling? No. I have enough, how do I put this? To put this in a simple way, I have enough negative ammunition in my brain for myself, and I don't need getting things wrong publicly to be added to that. And I do it anyway, like myself. I'll do something where I don't know what it is. Blind flights I like, and I'm not looking to get anything right, but there's a lot going on up here that I have to manage, and anything that is a public challenge of any sort in whiskey specifically, I'm not going to deal with. I'm just actively not going to do it. I don't want to deal with that. I'm not trying to be the best nose or the best palate. I just want to enjoy the whiskey with others and have a shared experience. But anything else, I can't. I don't have the motivation or the energy to deal with it. Oh, we do have a lot of stuff coming up next. What we got? Sugar Candy, Whiskey Wars, ADHD, and Bourbon's Bourbon. Is he going live tonight? He goes live on Fridays, I think. I don't know. Oh. But we have a few minutes left. Make sure you answer the question, because it's probably not what you think it's going to be. We have 4 votes in. I have no idea how many people are in the chat. Okay, we got 7 people in here right now. So make sure you enter your guesstimation about which one of these you think I like best so far. For this moment in this evening, I will give it until 8:57, which is in 1 minute, or it's probably less than 60 seconds at this point, but get it in while you can. And I will officially end the stream in 5 minutes. I'm looking at the live stream, and it says I've been going for an hour and 55 minutes. So I'll probably just end it when I see my clock out. But that gives us 3 minutes. Oh, 57. That's it. You're done. If you haven't answered, too bad. And pull. So the general consensus is people would assume I like the 3-chord best, which you would be right. I do enjoy the 3-chord. But you would be wrong in guessing that was my favorite tonight, because someone did guess, or someone's maybe, the Loch Lomond is the winner of this evening because of the memory that goes along with it, because of the fact I have a bottle, because of the fact I got to hang out with Roy himself while I was drinking this in this silly-ass cup. So I'm going to add some to this silly-ass cup thing again, and this was what they used at the Bastards Ball, by the way, so that's why I had one. That's why everyone seemed to have one. That's where everyone got one. And legitimately, it's pretty good for being out and about, drinking whiskey all day in the Texas heat. There we go. A solid pour for myself. Well, at least I think it's solid. I really can't tell. And once again, there's no color added to this, as you can tell. This is 10 years old. Looks freaking amazing. Smells so good. So this is the winner for the evening just because of that. And because I opened it. As much as I felt really weird about opening such an expensive, unique, sentimental bottle, I'm glad I did. That means I can drink it now. So there's that. And this is what I feel like I'm going to have little restraint issues with. Ugh. So freaking good. The nose is amazing. It's so pleasant and inviting and fruit forward and honeyed. Little bit of vanilla. I don't smell the barley. Again, I'm sniffing at it. I'm nosing this in the wrong kind of glass, but it still smells really good. Cheers again to all of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me get to 650 subscribers. Here's to 700 eventually. And of course to hitting 20 subscribers on Patreon, or 20 patrons on Patreon. Ugh. And I will be pouring the rest of this into my Glencairn so I can enjoy it and also see how much I poured. Okay, that's about right. I thought I'd filled up that. I thought I'd filled up the cup a lot higher than that. Well, there you go. That's about right. Good color. Again, Whiskey Tribe, of course. Meow indeed, Sugar Kitty. Meow indeed. It is officially 9 p.m. There are other channels doing other things. I've already been going on for 2 hours. It has been a pleasure as always. Thank you for being here. Thank you for helping me in every way possible to keep going through this life, because it gets really difficult sometimes, especially right now with a lot of family issues that are going on. As you may not know, some of you, most of you do. My father, Pop KillCo, is dealing with cancer right now, and he got chemo today, so he's going to be taking it easy. That's why I was surprised to see him. But all thoughts and good things for him would be epic. And again, Patreon is the best way to support me and see all this nonsense that is my life. I will be posting on Patreon in a moment. Put my phone in the wrong spot. So again, with that, as always, Live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome, and I think most of you are, so it's okay. And I will see you in one form or another out there. Boop. Thank you for joining me on KillCo Whiskey Musings. You can find my social media and Patreon in the links below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.